Hey YouTube, coming at you with a Summer Cup team from Kings 13 AG. I don't know if that's actually supposed to be something or not. Um, rank 18 is when these battles were taking place, as you can see on the screen there. And then the comments said, I would just appreciate any feedback so I can get better. Okay, there we go. You don't need to give me essays every time. Sometimes you can just say hello. So Stunfisk, Tropius, Jumpluff. The team is just a very, very simple ABB team. Both very flying in the back. This team is triple weak to ice, right? You're double weak to ice in the back, like double weak ice to tip in the back, and you're weak to ice with Stunfisk. So the good news is there's not a ton of ice, and some of the Pokemon with ice moves are like Poliwrath that you can just kind of beat with, kind of like deal with all of them here. So that's fine. The main thing you're gonna have to watch out for in the back is going to be Toxapex. So Tropius and Jumpluff can kind of both come out as safe swaps, I'm guessing, and then Stunfisk. So let's see them in action here. Stunfisk and Demantine, so that's obviously a great lead. Right, and Flyers. Sorry. Right, Flyers and Toxapex. So I'm surprised you are not getting out quicker. Yeah, this is something, we'll talk about this. Maybe I'll see if that happens more than once here. Because I think I'm going to even do that for Legend. And now you shield up a potential Rock Slide. See, this is the problem when you let your opponent just get a bunch of counters through. Like, you have two Flyers in the back. You need to make a swap into one of these much quicker. Yeah, unfortunately, this is kind of just a weird shot here. So you still are going to need an Energy Ball. So now they're going to move. That's fine. You'll live. But yeah, I guess 2 Energy Balls is probably the way to go if one Acrobatics doesn't take it out. Or if you were going to stay in with Stunfisk, you chip with Stunfisk and then come in with Jumpluff and just Acrobatics to the rest. But okay, you still have Switch. You'll still get an Acrobatics off, which will hurt, which is great. Not that you need it. One Discharge will... well, actually, this probably do need it, because Discharge is not an amazing move. So having this is still good. Get it off right away. They're either going to shield and switch here. Well, if they have Water Pulse or Ice Beam will still do both super effective. It is an Ice Beam. You live. Out comes a Stunfisk of its own. This is a good matchup for you, especially that it's a Mud Shot. So Discharge is like neutral. Yeah. Leaf Blade is super effective. Good timing there. Optimal time is just one Air Slash there. They are shielding. They're going to try and out Switch Clock you, essentially. They're going to try and burn that Switch Clock as much as they can here, so they're going to spam the crap out of it. They may live one move, because Tropius doesn't hit super hard. So they may live one, and they may try and catch the Leaf Blade coming up here, because your Switch Clock is up, so their Switch Clock is up. So they're going to try and catch here. Okay. They should have. And you threw red on 2. So my only concern is if you were against slightly better people, you potentially just got caught there. And then Discharge for the win. Stunfisk into Vigoroth, right? So I assume an instant swap right away into one of these two. Looks like Jumpluff is your safe swap. Jumpluff just charges a little faster, which is fine. Could be a Rock Slide. I think you just gotta let it go. Eventually get hit with the Charge Bug. That's okay, but not great. Can you... I think you're just going to get outpaced anyway, so I think you just let it go and maybe live and get an Acrobatics off. Yeah, that's nice. That's it. You're going to get outpaced, so there's no point of shielding. Getting this move off is huge. Flipping Switch is huge. Counter down is annoying, but at least you can get your Tropius on this. Okay. I know you're worried about the Rock Slide. A Rock Slide will do like 50%, and they did have like 5 counters. So I get it from that perspective. But the trade-off is you would also resist all the counters. So you could shield one up, and do that. So I don't know about coming in with should be okay. The good thing is it's not like Stunfisk takes super effective from Vigoroth or anything, so it's just neutral damage. Get the Leaf Blade off. Yeah, your fast move time is good, but your all fast move times are just on these easy one and throws here. Vigoroth comes in. Maybe you cut a Rock Slide. That'd be cool. No, just buy Sim. And now you're just going to get countered down. You have a lot of energy, though. So maybe you'll be able to outpace. Oh, yeah, they're already at 0 shields. Never mind. That's one pro of Stunfisk. It is just very, very spammy. I think it's probably worth just a double shield here. Yeah, I would double shield and just Mud Bomb. There's no point of even testing that Tropius can get to a move here. Yeah. Okay, so far so good. Not much. Again, maybe I'd come in with Jump Bluff with Tropius into the... You one switch there, so you might want to take it. Neutral lead, taking the move here, and then you're going to bail? Okay, Superpower, they're going to bail. Okay, they're not bailing. Interesting. You are also not bailing. You're weak. Oh, I didn't even mention you're weak to fire in the back. So ice, fire, and poison, and flying. So there's a lot of freaking weaknesses. There's a lot of weaknesses in the back. I didn't even cover half of them. You are weak to a few things in the back here. Acrobatics is nice. Looks like they legged out for a few, which kind of helps you. You'll live an Aerial Ace. What was that, 4? Nice. Get Miltank. Get the acrobatics off. Oops. What was that? 4 versus 6 you just kind of throw? I'm going to talk about this one in one of some of my other videos. Let me just see. 1, 2. I can't tell if that was 3 or 2. I'm going to talk about that in another video. But it's basically don't let... What's this saying? Don't let perfection be the enemy of good. So you try and fast move optimize, but don't like blow your matchup trying to fast move optimize when the obvious answer is just like to throw the charge moves. They'll get to 2 moves here. Yeah, see, you seem to rely, well, I'm going to see if you're going to catch, no. Let's go Tropius for the back end here. And it is a Snorlax. What is with their game? Let it go. Body Slam or Superpower, whatever. I mean, not Superpower, but Body Slam. CMP, that's fine. Tropius loses to Snorlax? Yeah, I guess they're both pretty defensive heavy. Take out there, farm down. Why aren't they not shielding? Okay, whatever. Maybe they don't think the game's over. Okay, Stunfisk into Trevenant. So instant swap into Jump Bluff. See what they hit you with. So they are still... What are they doing? Okay, they're still in here. They have to shield now. They're at like almost 2 Shadow Balls. I think it's probably worth 1. And now you lose CMP, which now is, I mean, Seed Bomb double resisted. If they go that route, you live. Yeah, that's sort of the risky bait there. It's double resisted, flying and grass. So it's going to do that. So they decide to double shield and, okay, switch clock. Wait it out. Yep. Come in Tropius. Yep. If they throw a Shadow Ball, I would probably shield this. Okay. So far, so good. Good farm up too. 1 over. Take this out. Maybe they're running double Mud Boy. And that's why they stayed in. Trevenant double Mud Boy. I mean, that's not a good team comp. Yeah, it's not a good team comp. Okay. Emolga is such a bad Pokemon. I've tried to use it so many times. It doesn't work. Double. Get out. Get out. Get out. Get out. If you're going to stay in this long and chip, yeah, then it maybe Acrobatics will take it out. Now you're coming Tropius. Okay. What are you doing? You got it? If you have two of the exact same Pokemon in the back, and they both resist counter, and you see a counter user, get into one of the Pokemon. There's really no reason to take any sort of that neutral counter damage on Stunfisk. I know Stunfisk is actually kind of like sneaky bulky, but with two flyers in the back, there's no reason to be taking 3, 4, or 5 double kicks there, only to then have to come in and actually take a neutral charge move on these Pokemon, right? So you got like the worst of both, because now you have like, you're taking the neutral counters on the Stunfisk, you're loading them up with energy, you're coming in to this matchup where it should be even energy, even shield, a great advantage for you, but now you're behind on energy, you're behind on damage now because they just chipped you, you have no energy, and they still may have a bit left over if so like, you just put yourself in a weird situation. Again, it's still probably one you're going to win because you chipped it with Stunfisk, but it's still one where it's like, you probably just make that switch earlier. So they wild charge, they're going to let this go. You're going to take it out. That's fine. Emolga, nope. Well, yeah, I guess flying versus electric. I guess flying is only single resisting. Did not quake the move off. I think it's worth, yeah, I think it's worth just getting the move off, especially on Emolga, so glassy. So you get the Stunfisk back on it, that's fine. And let's see what's in the back. They're going to go to show what's in the back, as they should. Credilli. Yeah, this is one. Oh, this is tricky. Yeah, good attempt at a catch, I think. This was a tricky one. I think the only problem with staying in as long as you did is, one, I know you tried to catch. But again, one, you could have just came in and take the resisted bullet seed. Again, not that bullet seed hurts much, but a resisted bullet seed, double resisted bullet seed on a jump off is better than super effective on a Stunfisk. You also put yourself in a weird position that they are now just so far ahead on energy. And this thing charges energy fast with a bullet seed, right? So now they're going to just be super far ahead. They're pretty low on that. I think you just let this go, swap back. Yeah, getting so far ahead on energy. Emolga really can't throw anything at you. Electric and flying. Oof. 2 bubbles missed. Will now chip you with acrobatics. Not that it matters, but I don't think they're at 2 moves. And even if they're at 2 moves, I think you should be able to get to the move over there. Yep, shield. Mud bomb. Unless they have CMP here, but I don't think so. There's not a ton to talk about, like, so far in these battles. Your fast move time is pretty good. You just need to be a little quicker when you see those swaps. Stunfisk, Quagsire, so bad lead. Again, this should be instantaneous into one of them. Going into Tropius. Hit with the fire. Okay, so here we go. Get that aerial ace off. Yep, you need to get that chip off ASAP. Let's see how much they're going to farm here. They let it go, so they're going to have to throw a move here. Or, yeah, they're going to have to throw a move, or else they're going to have to shield. So they are going to commit the... Oh, you're going to try and flip here? I don't think that's a good idea. Because they still have Stone Edge. I get it. And unless you're reading like a double fire in the back, then I guess if you're reading double fire in the back, you have to try and fight for it. If it's not a double fire, I don't like this switch. I don't like fighting for this. And I guess it just depends on what you think is in the back. So they'll take you out. You'll now get jump off on it. You're still going to have to take super effective Stone Edges, but you can get a energy ball off, and it is a Jellicent in the back, which your whole team does well with. So chip here, great. Stunfisk, because you don't want your stun. It's a bubble, so that does a little worse to Stunfisk, but you don't want the Quag. to see this. Ooh, that does a lot of chip. So yeah, you're going to throw this and take this out before. I think that was another bad fast move timing, but it doesn't matter when you're just taking it out. Now the question is, 2 Stone Edges before 2 Energy Balls? Don't think so. No. So this is another one where, let's see if you fight for Switch. And it's one of those things where it's like, when do you fight for Switch is the question that a lot of people don't know. When do you fight for Switch? So you fight for Switch if it's like one of two things. One is if your front Pokemon, well, this is why I don't hate the fight for Switch, but I also hate the fight for Switch to a certain extent there. You have to do one of two things. You have to determine, it's a bit of a team read. What do you think their back Pokemon is? Because they were fighting for a Switch on the show. I think your opponent actually threw that matchup. Because I probably just go 2 Shield Quagsire there. I don't know why they gave up shields for anything but the Quagsire. So they could have just they got 2 shields from you. I would have came and sacrificed Jellicent on the Tropius, and then I would have tried and gone 2 Shield Quagsire in the ending, because your Tropius was already very, very low. So they could have easily done that. So I think they just kind of misplayed that. So you fought for Switch because you either did one of two things. You read like a double fire team, or you read something else weak to the back that you could just be hard countered, right? Because Stunfisk is a hard loss to Quagsire. Tropius a hard loss to fire. If you have a Quagsire on the lead, you probably have some answers to grass in the back, right? Probably 2 of them, because it only has one weakness as grass. So it's not a bad read, although they didn't. That's just their team comp build. It's not a bad read, right? Quagsire on the lead. You have for sure 1, which we saw, maybe 2. So you thought that, yes, if they have 2 answers to grass in the back, I cannot have my grass see this because I'm just hard counter. So I think that is potentially worth fighting for. And it worked out there in the end. So let's see what happens here, because we're in the same situation where you had the exact same lead in the exact same fire punish here. This one is way tankier, but this one is also slower to the charge moves. So if you want, you can take this to the 1, but I don't think you can flip. So going to try to take this in the 0. Can this take out in the 0? No. Instant swap. You might want to let the switch timer come up a little bit there, because now you're switch locked a little bit. Like if they didn't get the charge move off, you would have been stuck. Are you didn't try and catch? Yeah, now the catch failed, and now you're just hard countered. Okay. Right. So this is the exact scenario where you would try to fight if you can. Unfortunately, you couldn't, because the Turtonator was a little unlike the Typhlosion where you actually took it low enough you could justify a farm down. You can't farm down the Turtonator after the air release does that little. So yeah, this is just a hard counter team. There's nothing you can really do here. This is as close to a top left as you can get. Yeah, you can just let this go. Save us all some time. Lantern, good lead, as long as it's not Water Gun. It's Water Gun. Now you got to swap. Yeah. It was a good lead until it was Water Gun, and that's not a good lead anymore. And they are staying in. Maybe they get to a Thunderbolt here. And chip. We saw that 1 Acrobatics doesn't take out. I think 2 Energy Balls probably sufficient. So they shield 1. I think you even live a Rock Slide from this range, even if it is a Rock Slide. Yeah, now you're only going to get 1 move, so throw the Acrobatics. If you're only going to get 1 move, throw the Acrobatics. So going to get this off. This will chip, won't take out, obviously. And now, what do you do? Coming in here, going to go 2 Shield Tropius. My only worry is that they're going to have an answer to ground or grass in the back here. So get this super effective off. Not enough to take out though, and they're already down a shield, so I would expect them to let this go. Gonna try and grab another shield, and then oof. If they shield back for some reason, I don't know why they would. I would, if I was them, I'd try and go with one with whatever's in the back. You got instant swap. Okay, and then you just kill this. What did I say they had to have an answer to? I said they had to have an answer for. Yeah, that's unfortunate. You need an answer to grass or ground, and a bug fighter is not the worst answer to that combo because you resist the ground. Pretty sure, or you're neutral to ground. I forget if you're neutral or super or you resist. And then you, as a bug, you resist grass. So unfortunately, they forgot to take into consideration that there's also grass that are flyers. What's a pure bug Pokemon here? Yeah, single resist ground. That's what I thought. Okay, so good lead. You definitely need to stay in here. You definitely got to get out of here. You got to, okay. There's no, I get it, but I don't agree with it. So you seem to do this a lot. Sometimes you throw the move, sometimes you don't. Obviously in this situation, there's no point of throwing the move. You seem to always want to come out with a move. So you farm up to a move and then you bank it and get into your other Pokemon. So that way, when you event the Talonflame eventually comes back in, you have a move for it. I get the idea behind it. I don't like it in principle. Again, you're probably going to kill this Swampert anyways, unless it has a sneaky Sludge Wave, but even then, you're probably going to live a Sludge Wave. Why I don't like it is kind of what I said earlier. You let your opponent in this situation get super effective mud shots off on you. Again, mud shot's not a hard hitting move, but you let it get off on you. And now you have to take all that energy here with no energy on your side. And again, this matchup is so hard that it's in this exact situation with Swampert and Jumpluff, it's fine. In the last situation with the Vigoroth, it's not fine because Vigoroth with energy is very, very, very scary. So you let 5 counters go through on Stunfisk, and then you have a loaded, what is already a very, very spammy Vigoroth come in. So I don't like that play of just like letting them get so far ahead of energy to then have a charge move for your other Pokemon. But again, this is a Swampert into a flying grass. So Hydro's resisted, Mudshot's resisted, Earthquake, if they have it, is resisted, so you're fine. You can farm here. Again, I still don't... again, it works in this situation. Oh, no. It works in this situation, but don't... I wouldn't make it a habit. You don't need to bank a move there. Throw here. Yep, good on 7. That's good. Your fast move timing for someone... Yeah, your fast move time is pretty good. And now you can get to another move here. I think you would have even lived that and got to the acrobatics, but if they're not counting, they're going to shield anyways. Yeah. Now you have a move. Again, it's just got to be Flame Charge because everything else is resisted. They'll have another one. So potentially worth a shield here. You'll live, but nope. What are they doing? Okay. What do they have in the back that they're scared of this? Yeah, okay. Well, no, they should have come in here with 2 shields. Because Bubble's also doing super effective. Now they're down to... So just chip, and then Tropius is just going to take this out. So shield up everything. Except it's an Ice Beam. You're going to flex? Okay. really, a double super effective ice doesn't even take it out? I'm actually shocked. Can't do shield flex anymore, but I'm actually shocked that it's double super effective. It's flying and grass, and it still does not one-shot a Tropius. That is shocking. That is actually shocking to me. So you clearly know your Pokemon more than I do, because I would have let that go in an instant. I mean, I would have shielded in an instant. Again, don't like this. Don't like this, because now they're just going to bank. Yep. Because you give them such you tried to catch. I saw that you tried to catch. So it's not a bad play. I just don't like giving your opponent so much energy. Because again, you have direct answer. You have huge answers to this. Again, you also must know that as a Swampert on the lead, they're going to have an answer to the grass in the back. So I get that you're trying to catch it, but all you did now is like let them just have a crazy ton of energy that they're going to have still. And again, if you didn't have two grass, again, this is not a situation where it's going to affect the energy that Swampert's going to throw at you on your grass Pokemon. But let's say you had like one grass Pokemon and like a Vigoroth or something. You cannot let a Swampert get to a Hydro Cannon, because let's say you come jump off and stuff like that. Then and you have just a Stunfisk and a Vigoroth left. Now you've got like a Hydro Cannon and a half loaded on a Shadow Swampert for both your Pokemon that's left over. Like it's just it can get out of hand really quickly. Speaking about out of hand, I assume they'll just Acid Spray and Poison Jab you down. Yeah. Acrobatics coming through here. It hurts a lot. Yeah. Can you? Yeah, and they know it too, so they're just gonna have to. They almost lost switch here. They almost lost switch here. That was crazy. So now you got to come Stunfisk. The Swampert's loaded. Again, you have an answer for it, so you can instant swap and try and catch this. No, now you got to shield. I was about to say, you gotta if it's loaded, you gotta try and instant swap and catch it. You're gonna lose CMP to this every single time here. So now you lost a shield. You're lucky you got it back. What are you doing? What's going on here? You gotta try and catch this on 5. Oh, smart heads up play by your opponent. That was really smart, because that was your like potentially only chance there was to try and catch it right on the 5. But they are aware, and now with shield advantage, they're just gonna mirror you and CMP you. I guess they know they have a high attack Pokemon, and this will put you very low. And now you're gonna mirror them, and they're gonna just have your a Swampert to take care of your Stunfisk. So you're both going to go down at the same time here, it looks like. Okay, close enough. And they're going to have a Hydro coming out. You have a move too, but you're going to lose CMP, and you're going to get blasted here. Again, so you... It's kind of like you got hard countered anyways with this team, so you made it actually pretty close. I think you made it close because they're stupid. Like, I would not have wasted a shield on... I would not have wasted a shield on Swampert like that early when they were at full health. Like, you got to at least take one. Anyways, thank you for this mission. Pretty good overall. Like, pros. As an ABB team, again, triple weak to ice, so that in itself is an issue. But there's not ice in this meta. I always say if you're going to build a team that you're just going to... Like, my first team. My first team was Shadow Giraffe, Trevenant, and... What was my second? Jellicent. I have 2 Ghosts and a Psychic. I'm triple weak to Dark, but if they're not in the meta, you can build a team that's triple weak to something, and if you see it, okay, you lose. And that's the same thing here. There's not a lot of ice in this meta, so you can run a team triple weak to ice. That's fine. But otherwise, you have the double weak to fire, and you have the double weak to poison. That Stunfisk works well. So the team actually makes sense from that perspective. The team makes sense as an ABB style team. You were really good with your fast move energy generation, like 95% of the time, which shows that you know what you're doing, even if you mess up like 1 or 2 here or there. yeah, it's just, again, love I don't love having to bank a move on your first Pokemon and just letting them farm and have like a charge move coming out, because it just gives them like a ton of flexibility to figure out what they want to do. And again, a lot of yours are like just hard answers. But like if they had like if they had a like the Swampert was fine because the Swampert can't throw anything. But let's say they had a Quagsire, right? So let's say you use that strategy of like trying to catch an Aqua Tail. Like you just go right on 4, and they don't throw. Let's say they go to 5. All of a sudden, you're now faced with, do I have to take so they don't throw. Do I have to now take a super effective Stone Edge here and do like 60% damage? Or am I shielding when I'm just maybe get hard countered anyways? So that puts you in just a bad spot. As opposed to like, if they have a Mudboy in the lead, you just switch immediately. If I'm going to get punished, let me know immediately. Sunface can deal with it eventually. It doesn't need that energy advantage to deal with like a fire, right? So that's my thought process there. Anyways, that is it. Thanks for this mission. What day are we here? I think I got 2. So Wednesday. So okay. So at least one more day. We'll do my one team that I actually did pretty well with Thursday morning, and then another viewer submitted this in this afternoon, and then we'll go top teams and whatever Friday, and then we'll loop it all back again for our next week. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one.